To you live from the 125 and 90. This is a press conference. I I have the gift of excellent communication skills, and uh, I express myself very effectively, and I don't talk bullish. All right, I took whatever anything that I've spoken about is all truthful. Okay. Any case, so here's the thing: redaction, subtraction. What's the attraction? Erase his name so they don't think he was in the game. But he's in the game and his name is all over. All right. Uh, as far as the pardoning of P. Diddy, what people need to consider, keep this in the back of your mind, just as a little seed. I'm gonna drop a little seedling. Miami, look at the geographic, look at a map, everyone. Miami to Epstein Island. Where was one of the properties owned by P. Diddy? Okay. So, birds of a feather flock together. And when you flock together, and during your flocking season, when you're flocking and rocking and you're doing things with underage individuals for your gratification, because you are taking advantage of underage individuals, well, there's a name for that. It starts with the letter P and it ends with the vowel of E. I'm not going to say that word because there are certain vernacular that is used by me oftentimes that they dislike, and they say, oh no, no, we're going to pause our video. Oh no, oh no, we cannot allow this. Oh no, oh no. Our advertisers and our investors are like, oh no, oh no. I got this thing from YouTube. Okay. Listen, YouTube, somebody, you own Google Blogger. We know this. Somebody wrote on a blog that I was responsible for committing a crime on a felony basis, that I was responsible for removing their funds. Okay. Yeah. This woman has a blog on YouTube, on Google Blogger. I contacted this woman. I contacted her because what I became aware of this was because I, okay, I'm going to go back. I wanted to work part-time, not to have the physical stress of a full-time job and the commuting and all that, because of the fact that my body like shut down because of misdiagnosis and then the trauma after September 11th and after my mother died. So, any case, a headhunter. I had communication with the headhunter. I become notified that there was some comment that I stole 500K. All right. And this woman, it's on her blog, and she's some advocate for the. I read somewhere that she handled a case with somebody with the Board of Education. Okay. Now, I had taken the test to work per diem as a school teacher. And the first time I took the test, I failed it by 1 point. Then I went because failure is not in my vocabulary. If I fail something, I'm going to do it until, I don't care how long it takes me, but not that I even want to friggin' do it at that point anymore. But I'm going to go anyway. Next time I pass, right? Um, Being dyslexic, seeing a letter backwards, it throws you off. Any case, I filed for per diem as a substitute, right? My husband was going into the city every day. I would have rode in with him and we could have rode back together or whatever. We would have managed, we would have worked it out. Somebody, I'm going to post this and I'm going to white out what was some individual who worked or had a connection with the New York City Board of Education tampered with my application to say that I was a blank offender, a blank child offender. When I tell you the stacks of BS that I have, New York City, New York State, but you see, they decided to play around, and because I am what you call a correspondent, okay? I keep stuff, I keep documents, I scan them, I have them on hard drive, on thumbnails, okay? Um, Somebody tampered with my application and filled in that I was a blank child abuser. Right hand to God. Right hand to God. May God take me right now. Okay? May Allah take me and say, listen, you're gonna go to Johnny, you've been pretty good, you can come on up. I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it. I contacted the human rights, right? And they came up with some song and dance. But you see, now they're gonna dance to some music now, because now this is gonna be part of my book. Okay, this is gonna be part of my book. The stuff that was written will be obviously blanked out. All right. So that's going to be a pretty big, intense investigation. And for the person who did that, well, just trust and believe that karma is really, well, she has a memory that is never going to be forgotten. She doesn't forget anything. And please, with people that do stuff like that, they're like, the bottom of your shoe, you get little tag-ons, that's where they are. Could you imagine doing something like that? Yeah, I can, because like I said, we live in a Karenized society. We live in a Karenized government where you get these people who get these jobs, and then they have access to funding for municipalities, and they think that it's their money. They think it's their own savings account, their own personal, well, let me go do what I got to do, and I'm going to select the people that I want. Right? So yeah, this will be investigated. And this is going to go to the AG's office. It's going to go to the good governor's office. It's going to go to the Southern Poverty Law Center, because I'm going to expose the kind of nonsense that I have been subjected to. Mm-hmm. How sad and pathetic to do something like that, because you have a sick, demented, twisted mind, and you would like to do anything to try to create conflict in someone else's life. That's pathetic. That's sad. But the conflict that others try to create because they don't like somebody. Let me just tell you something, that whammo, that boomerang comes back, and well, wouldn't you know it? You know, people. So that's pretty sad. I could just pray. I just have to. I have to pray that along your journey of life, in life, that you come together and you have some type of, come to Jesus moment, to realize that I had no part of the breakup between you and Peter. Okay, honey. Okay, that was over and done with. That was over and done with. Whatever happened between y'all had nothing to do with me. And you saying this woman was, this is, I'm referring to my ex-husband's ex-girl fiance, insisting that you were calling, you were tormenting us. Yeah. No, I was not. That to swear to the right hand to God. Right hand to God. whoever he had calling, whoever women that he had spoken to before you two hooked up, well, that was his business. It had nothing to do with me. Just understand something. We were family, and he was always a guardian. He always looked out for me. So, that's the man that he was. As you know, that's the man that he was. You know, it's unfortunate that whatever happened between y'all, I had nothing to do with that. But I will tell you this, darling. When we split up after we were back together, I was like, because we had been, after we got divorced, we were back together. I was like, well, what are we doing? Are we going to get remarried? Oh, no, no, but you'll always be my wife. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, but so you have me on a chokehold that while you're in my life, you're still coming around, you're hanging out with me and Tommy, you're going to my mother's house, you're having coffee and donuts with her. Well, what do you want to do? I was like, okay, we're not going to get remarried, then you got to go. Then that's when he met his daughter's mother. This is the fiance that he had. But they were no longer together. So anyway, that's I went a long way for that story. But yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So crazy, but it'll all be in my book. But could you imagine doing that? Writing that somebody was a blank child offender? Yeah. This is all real. I have it documented. New York City Board of Education. You better believe it. Yep. So yeah, people they play games, and they think that that they're gonna ride off into the sunset with their bullshit. Yeah, uh-huh. You could ride off into the sunset with your bullshit, but trust and believe you're gonna be regurgitating your bullshit. All right? Because whatever you try to do, it always gets exposed all the time. There's nothing that you're gonna do that that shouldn't be going on that's not gonna come to light. You understand that? The life doesn't work that way. Like I said, it may not happen overnight. It may not happen in a couple of weeks. May happen in years. It may happen in 20 years. Hi Ed, how you doing? Yeah, yeah. So people, my message is that any type of job that you go for, any type of employment, make sure that you have all your copies of everything. Any type of reason to not be hired, and in something of this nature where somebody played around, because that is so sick. But this is what sick minds do. You understand? Sick minds teach their children to hate people. Sick minds manipulate people to get with them because they have an ulterior motive. You understand? Like they'll lie and they'll say that they own the property, or they'll lie and say they didn't file bankruptcy, or they'll lie and they'll say that their car didn't get repoed, or they'll lie and they'll say they had to work overtime, and meanwhile they're working overtime, all right, but it's either on a horizontal or vertical level, and it ain't with you, okay? You don't get over on people. You think you do. You think you do. And for men and women that that have stepped out, that they have a little something on the side, um, the likelihood of that your spouse knows what the hell's going on, but they're following suit. They're playing the role. They're playing the role because maybe you guys have a child together. You know, you just cohabitate. But people need to be honest. People need to be honest, especially when they meet other people and they want to start something new. Because then when you find out that the person lies to you, you look at them and like, wow, uh, really? You're kidding? Really? Anyway, everybody have a great day. I'm making a lot of progress here. I have my red cabbage that I boiled. I put it in here. This is so cool. Show everybody. I'm getting here. Get the sliders for here. Actually, I'm gonna get that wood, that flex wood. I was looking for something yesterday at Habitat. I didn't find anything. But yeah. Anyway, this right here. This convection, this is a convection microwave. You could broil, air fry, dehydrate. You could. I cooked all this red cabbage in there because I got stuff on the sink because I have to put everything away in mason jars. Yeah. Oh, and look at this. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy. Look at this beautiful, beautiful morta. Look at that. I bought it from my Middle Eastern market that I go to, and I gotta bring these beans. I gotta get a whole look. Mood beans. This is so good. If you eat East Asian, Middle Eastern food, you'll know this. You'll be familiar. If you're just Lipton soup and make an onion dip with Lipton soup kind of person, but you're not gonna know spices. Oh, and he had these. I'm gonna bring these with me tomorrow. Give them away. Um, Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. He said they were $9.99, but then I looked on my receipt. He charged me $12.99. I have to go back and let that old man know that I'm a senior. Don't give me a refund. Give me a store credit. Yeah, he said the whole box is $9.99. Anyway, yeah, great business there. Anyway, that's that for now. But what else am I doing? Let me show off. Oh, God, what am I not doing? My laundry chair where I sit and fold the laundry. That's what old people do. You get old, you have to sit down. No. Oh, God. Oh, people, keep a box of crayons in your home at all times and even in your car, because if you're ever anywhere and there should be an unknown natural disaster, these will burn. One crayon will burn for 12 hours. Yep. Get your water too, everybody. Get your water. Get these bottles. Keep them in your home. Keep them in your home, or keep them wherever you're, laying your head. Always have water. Okay, I'll resume more safety updates and delinquent individuals who do stuff that they shouldn't do with people's applications, trying to say that they were a blank child offender. I just pray for you all. I do. I pray that you find some sense of peace to not manipulate people's applications. I also pray that you maybe try like some type of support group, like maybe AA, Al-Anon, Narcanon, overeaters, gambles, something. Because to do something like that, let me tell you something, sis, you got yourself there's some stuff up here, honey, baby doll. There's some stuff up here that just ain't linking right. All right. If you ever want to talk, you know how to reach me, okay? Because when I reached out to you, this is to this woman. Her name is Betsy. Um, she called me up and she threatened me. Yeah, she threatened me. But I had that recorded. Yeah, I had that recorded. That was a number of years ago. That was, I believe, after I posted. I contacted the minor, which she actually wasn't. Maybe she was on Twitter, and I said hello to her. Yeah, yeah, yeah. How sad. Anyway, everybody have a great weekend. And remember, I posted the video of the crickets. I said we were going to be getting rain. Nature, nature. You don't need apps. Just if you're connected to nature, we're just sharing this planet with Mother Earth. We're just sharing this planet, you know, and the weather is most definitely changing. Yeah, the temperatures are most definitely increasing every year, every year. Shorelines are eroding, you know. It's not imagined. It's not imagined. It's not laser space beams either. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Everybody, have a good one. Oh, you see? This is him without his hair. Look, see? There he goes, without his hair. I put a blonde wig on him. Epstein Island. Everybody, have a good one. Yeah, I'll be contacting the AG. I'll be sending this to her and to the governor. Yeah, because going to documents here, just getting stuff organized. I was like, oh yeah, well, wouldn't you know it? More information for my book. Wow. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay well, stay hydrated, and do the right thing by people. Bye.